the certain questions related to PNLC. One question, one person, perhaps Dr. Vishwanath from Pune, he is supposed to be perhaps a spiritual thinker or spiritual master maybe. He has posed a question, do nuclear weapons affect Vibhu or Anu? What is meaning that Vibhu and Anu both are, Anu means atomic particle and Vibhu means a sort of Ishvara, what I was calling in the first Brahman domain, so that is Ishvara, is Vibhu. So Vibhu means Ishvara and atomic particles has got the same point of manifestation. And that is what manifestation. Then he's putting the question, he's asking the question whether both will get affected or one will get affected. So for that purpose only I have mentioned that one. And here I have mentioned that that Vibhu and this whole things are just like Akshar Padarth domains we have again repeated here. And here we can see that Vibhu and Anu are Bindu number 2. At 2 means in middle portion of the tube, where that is the domain of Atman. So how these 2 points can be together? This is because there each point, as I was mentioning, that there are 3 layers of Bindu number 2 and 3. Top of the layer of 2 and 3 attached to the Brahman domain, and bottom layer of the 2 and 3 is attached to the Prakriti domain, and middle layer is for only for this Atma domain. So in Atma domain, both exist. Both means Anu and Anu means atomic particle and Vibhu. Now, as per the yogic concept, the Bindu number 2 itself is the starting point of Brahman, means our whole creation. So post-nuclear crisis is so strong, it goes up to the middle layer of the Akshar Padarth creation, or you can say that from where that universe starts, that level it goes. And their atomic structure or atomic formation, atomic particles formation will certainly get affected, Anu will get affected, not the Vibhu. Why? This is because Vibhu is a sort of mirror view of Paramatma, Param Vibhu, and that's why Paramatma, there is no effect of anything of the universe, whatever we are going to do, whatever way we are going to destroy the universe, still Paramatma will exist unless he wants to have the dissolution. The things will exist in a very haphazard way. But then what will be the impact? Impact will be certainly PNLC if working, and that Anu is getting that portion creative or causing portion. From there only anything is getting created. So that portion is getting affected. Then naturally there will be much worse global warming. There will be new kinds of viruses, new kinds of bacteria. Those things should be there. But Vibhu will not get affected. So that's why it is the utility of yoga, and the yogic way we can understand that one. Second question was posed by Professor Prakash, or perhaps I think from Shimla. So he had posed the question that whether yoga can nurture or can minimize or can dissolve the ego of world leaders, and by which yoga it can be done. So for that, I thought better to bring the concept of Swami Vivekananda ji, and what Swami Vivekananda ji has given a good model in way back to 1896 when he talked about in London about the Advaita Vedanta. There he gave this and same model I have brought it here. He says that the whole Paramatma means a sort of relation between Paramatma and the universe as well as Prakriti is shown by this slide. He is telling that imagine that Paramatma is a crystal clear glass plate. And in that crystal clear glass plate, there is another crystal clear glass plate of Brahman, or we can say that universe. And in between these two, if suppose we insert a plate consisting of time, space, and causation, that is the limbs of Prakriti. So if that is introduced, then whole thing means the universe becomes not crystal clear. It has got so many mismatch. Here A is shown as a Paramatma domain, means crystal clear state of Brahman. B is shown for the universe and C is for Paramatma, for Prakriti. So what he was demonstrating that if C is taken out, then whole universe is as clear as Paramatma. Paramatma clarity will have the universe. But unfortunately, that C is introduced, and because of that, all mismatch is there. Can we say that C can be removed? We cannot, because this is also Akshar Padarth. Prakriti is Akshar Padarth. Paramatma is Akshar Padarth. Brahman is also Akshar Padarth, Atman is also Akshar Padarth. Through those ingredients, only Prakriti takes so many atoms and 23 elements, and then form the we are being created. So we cannot change the Prakriti because of it has got the hold in the Akshar Padarth, and that Prakriti is also eternal and infinite. And what to do? The tattva in that, time, space, and causation, can be changed. And there only yoga gives a sort of clear picture that how to change the time, space, and causation. So that has been shown here. The time, space, causation is nothing but the limbs of the Prakriti, which we have shown already in Akshar Padarth. And the time, space, causation is nothing but our three inner instruments. Mr. Below number 3, 2, 3, 4, we can say that 4 is manas or mind, 3 is intellect, buddhi, and 2 is our ego, atma. So, ahankara. So now, if the man, buddhi, ahankar, or we can say mind, intellect, and ahankara is ego is nurtured or it is managed by some means, then naturally the Prakriti hold or Prakriti what is going to have the mismatch of between Paramatma and Brahman can be minimized. Now, the answer for the person, for the professor, is that only, that our ego, which is existing at window number 2, can be nurtured, can be modified, can be dissolved with the help of yoga, because yoga starts working from the Prakriti level, nature's level. Then once we get evolved in the nature's level, then domain, then we go to the Atma domain, and from Atma domain we have to go to the Paramatma domain, or that is Brahman domain. So these are the evolution process, and by evolving our Prakriti or nature itself, by purifying and energizing the tattva in that, means about man, buddhi, ahankar, or mind, intellect, ego, then we are going to have the better scenario of the world. So that by that way yoga can help to minimize the ego or reduce or studying the ego for world leaders as well as every individual. So that is the answer for that professor. And this way we can say that, but another question, why which yoga? So here, especially for world leaders and all, those who are decision maker and all, they should have the Ashtanga yoga completely, not only pranayama and asana and pranayama, but they should go for even antaranga yoga. Actually, yoga are of 2 types. Whole Ashtanga yoga is divided into 2, as our Svyasa has nicely given a sort of clarity in that. So Bahiranga yoga is up to 5 limbs. And the rest of the 3 higher limbs are in Antaranga yoga, that is Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So that Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi part, which that also has to be inculcated, or that has to be practiced by the world leader or decision maker for just to have a sort of peaceful world and to have a sort of better, pleasant world. So this is the answer of the first person. But next question was there. Of course, this slide, of course, we have not prepared for that. But question was there for my friend, classmate, engineering classmate by his name is S.P. Pandey, and he was my classmate engineering time. He had pointed out a very good question that what age which yoga should be followed and what radiation level which yoga should be followed. So this without any slide, I will give the sort of answer that yoga normally should be followed between up to 30 years of age. That Vairang yoga, they should go to get trained, and after a certain age, after 10, 15 years of age, they should have, and in the beginning, they should have dynamic yoga. Dynamic means most of dynamic asana they should follow, then pranayama and Brahmari, etc. So up to 30 years age, we can say that they should follow the Vairanga yoga. After 30, they should get involved, or before that also they should get involved, but certainly after 30, they should get involved with the Antaranga yoga slow as and when time permits. That's the answer. But for his answer of the radiation, there is no particular demarcation we can give. This is because all the time this radiation is very harmful for each and every corners of the body, as we have seen three heads, as we have seen the glands. Though for glands, medically we give the iodine tablets and all, so many other tablets we are having. But that is not going to retain the level of the glutathione and antioxidant because of the excessive oxidative stress. So that mental condition, as our previous speakers were mentioning, that mental condition has to be uplifted, it has to be made strong, so that there should not be any phobic anxiety, there should not be any fear of death, there should not be any depression at all. With this, I am concluding my talk, and if further questions are there, that can be raised. Thank you very much.